Several years ago, Ryan had a bit of a problem. His fiancée lived on top of a mountain 7,000 feet above the South Sudan plains, and her birthday was coming up in a few weeks. He wanted to get something special to surprise her, but the nearest store was a day hike down the mountain and then getting into some sort of vehicle and going about another day's journey over some pretty rough, treacherous roads. Kind of looked like the surface of the moon. So who is Ryan's fiancée? Her name is Abby Banham. She was a very servant-hearted school teacher serving with Africa Inland Mission in a place called Nagashot in the Didinga Hills. And for missionaries living there, it was often a very tough place to serve. So Ryan sent me an email. He had a plan, pretty cool one. And the one thing about it was everything needed to be a surprise. He had organized for ice cream and flowers to come up from Nairobi, way down south of where I was staying in northern Kenya. And I needed to figure out a way to get it to Nagashot for the surprise birthday party. So the morning of the flight came, the other pilot, Jonathan, and I loaded up those special gifts in the pod, jumped in the airplane, and took off. Everything went smoothly, it was good weather, and we got to Nagashot still fairly early in the morning. And as we touched down and we're rolling to a stop, I look out to the side and I see a figure of a man crouching down in the tall grass. And I said, I think that must be Ryan. He had been hiding just to keep the surprise element going. So I took control and the other pilot, Jonathan, got out and opened the pod and pulled out the little cool box and got the ice cream and the flowers and ran over. They shook hands and Ryan went on his way hiking back to the mission compound with the ice cream and flowers. And off we went. I can just imagine that the surprise went as well as it could for where we were for Abby to get those special gifts for her birthday. Why tell this story? Well, it's really to explain the heart and soul of what A-Mare is about. And it's more than just celebrating a birthday and being able to encourage a fiancé shortly before their wedding. It's really about encouraging missionaries. And while ice cream and flowers don't weigh a whole lot, and as pilots we do everything with kilograms because we don't want to be too heavy taking off from an airstrip like Nagashot or landing there. Everything is measured. But really what's important is the weight that that carries because of the significance of it. It may not seem like much on the scale, but I think in the light of eternity, it could be a huge impact. The impact that that had on Abby, I'm sure, will never be forgotten. And now we want to extend that invitation to you to have the Half-Ton team come around us. So what is the Half-Ton team? First of all, to pray for us. We believe that your partnership in lifting up what we're doing here is going to make an impact on missionaries. We would like to invite you to consider lifting us through being part of a monthly financial team. If you were willing to sign up for $50 a month, effectively that $50 a month reduces the cost we put on to AIM missionaries as they charter the airplane to the point where they could actually, for the same amount they would pay beforehand, they could add another 500 kilos. The main thing is not to get focused like us pilots do on kilograms and nautical miles and operating costs, but just to understand that even that small amount has an impact, just like ice cream and flowers did. We might not be very impressed with the amount of kilograms that was brought on that flight that day, but I think we can all understand that their internal impact could be significant. Someone like Abby would be able to minister longer in that remote area, and by extension, the weight of love that that package symbolizes is also able to be shown through her life and ministry to the people around her that are in desperate need of understanding, hearing, and receiving God's love. Thanks for considering this.